Thank you. Hare Krishna. Morning, everyone. Today is the auspicious day of Girirāja Govardhana. So I'll read a verse from Nectar of Instruction, the 9th verse by Rupa Goswami. Vaikuṇṭā janito vara madhupuri tatrapi rasotsavad Vṛndāranye mudharapani ramana tatrapi govardhanaha Rādhā-kuṇḍam ikapi gokula patehe premamrita plovanat kuryat asya virajato giritate sevam vivekana kaha. The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuṇṭha, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Superior to Mathura Puri is the transcendental forest of Vṛndāvana because of Krishna's Rasa Leela pastimes. And superior to the forest of Vṛndāvana is Govardhana. Vṛndaranyam udara pani ramanat tatrapi Govardhana Hill. For it was raised by the divine hands of Śrī Kṛṣṇa and was the site of various loving pastimes. And above all, the super excellent Śrī Rādhā-kuṇḍa stands supreme, for it is flooded with ambrosia nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokula. Śrī Kṛṣṇa, where then is that intelligent person who was unwilling to serve this divine Rādhā-kuṇḍa, which is situated at the foot of Govardhana Hill. So Govardhana Hill is the topmost than anything else, because it also at the foot of Govardhana, there is this great kund called Rādhā-kuṇḍa. Some verses are from translations from Garga Samhita. Garga Samhita speaks about the appearance of Govardhana, Giri Govardhana, and also the glories of Govardhana. So I'll read the glories of Govardhana. The liberated soul said, "Glorious Govardhana Hill, the king of mountains, is a personal form of Lord Krishna. Simply by seeing it, one attains the supreme goal of life. Even though he has committed hundreds of sins, a person who, on Mount Mangala, gives gold in charity, attains a spiritual form like Lord Vishnu's. That same result is attained simply by seeing Govardhana Hill. No other holy place is as sacred as Govardhana Hill. O Brahmana, simply by visiting Govardhana Hill, one attains piety 100,000 times greater than the piety he would attain if on the sacred mountains Rishabha, Kutaka, and Kolaka he worshipped many Brahmanas and given in charity 10 million cows with golden horns. O best of Brahmanas, bathing in sacred rivers, giving charity, performing austerities, and performing pious deeds, all this performed during Sri Rama Navami on Mount Chitrakuta, during the 3rd day of Vishaka on Priyatara, during the full moon on Mount Kukura, during Dwadasi on Mount Nila, or during Saptami at Indra bring a great pious results. That pious results is multiplied 10 million times by visiting Bharata Varsha. It is multiplied unlimited times by visiting Govardhana. By giving charity, performing austerity, bathing in sacred rivers, chanting sacred mantras, or worshipping the Brahmanas and the Supreme Personality of Godhead at the Godavari, Mount Simla, Mayapuri, Kumbhaka, Pushkara, Pushya Nakshatra, Kurukshetra, Ravigraha, Chandragraha, Kashi, Palguna, Naimishya, Ekadashi, Sukara Kartiki, Ganamukita, Janmashtami, Madhupuri, Gandhava, Dwadesi, Kartiki, Paurnima, Vateshwara Mahavata, Makararka, Prayaga, Barhishmati, Vaidehi, Ayodhya Sarayu Thira, Sri Rama Navami Dhina, Shiva Chaturthi, Shiva Chaturdasi, Vaijanata Shubhavana, Darsha, Somavara, Ganga Sagara Sangama, Dasami, Setu Bandhana, Sri Rangam, or Saptami Dina on attain a great pious results. O best of Brahmanas, by visiting Govardhana Hill, one attain a pious result 10 million times greater than all those pious deeds together. One who hears the glories of Govardhana Hill, glories that are filled with the secrets of Lord Krishna's ever new transcendental pastimes, will become a fortunate as King Indra in this life, as fortunate as King Nanda in the next. So these are some of the glorification of Govardhana. Govardhana's glories cannot be just limited in this 8 minutes, 7 minutes. So there's a description given in Garga Samhita about Giri Govardhana's birth. Just a 2 page, we can read this one. Sri Nanda said, O very intelligent Sananda, you have heard much and you know everything. We have heard from your mouth the glories of Rajamandala. Now, please tell me about the birth of the mountain named Govardhana. Why do they call it the best of mountains and the king of mountains? From what world did the Yamuna river come? You are the best of the wise. Please explain to me its glories. So we will not see the Yamuna river appearance, but we will see the Govardhana birth. Sri Sananda said, one day in Astinapura, as many people listened, King Pandu said to the pious Bhishma, as the original supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is the king of Goloka and the master of countless universes, was about to depart in order to remove the earth's burden, he said to Radha, this happened in the spiritual world, he said to Radha, O beloved, oh, you should, you frightened one, you should also go to the earth. Sri Radha said, my heart cannot be happy in a place where there is no Vṛndāvana forest, no Yamuna river, and no Govardhana hill. Sri Sananda said, then Lord Hari sent a 47 crore portion of his own abode, along with Govardhana and a Yamuna, to the earth. A crore equal to 2 miles. Worshipped by all the worlds and filled with 24 forests, that land of Vṛndāvana has now come to the earth. West of Bharatavarsha, in the middle of Shalmali Dvipa, Govardhana was born from the wife of Mount Drona. The demigods showered flowers on Govardhana, headed by Himalaya and Sumeru. All the mountains came. The great mountains bowed down, circumambulated, properly worshipped, and eloquently glorified Govardhana with these words. In Goloka, which is filled with gopas, gopis, cows, you are the mountain of Lord Krishna Chandra, the original supreme personality of Godhead. Your name Govardhana. You are splendidly manifest in the world of Vṛndāvana, and you are the king of all us mountains. The mountains are glorifying Govardhana now. Obeisances to you, who are the crown of Goloka and who sit on Vṛndāvana's lap. Obeisances to Govardhana, the parasol of the supreme personality of Godhead. After speaking these prayers, the mountains returned to their homes. For this reason, Govardhana is known as the best of mountains and the king of mountains. One day, as he was traveling to holy places, the great sage Pulastya saw Mount Drona's son, Govardhana, was filled with flowering Madhavi vines, heavy with abundant fruit, filled with the sounds of gushing streams, peaceful, auspicious with many caves, suitable for performing austerities, filled with jewels, charming, wonderful with many colorful minerals, beautiful with graceful slopes, filled with many birds, deer, nectar trees, and decorated with peacock calls, and which gave liberation for those who yearned for it. Pulastya, the tiger of sages, approached Mount Drona and wishing to get his son, spoke. So Pulastya is speaking now. Sri Pulastya said, O Drona, you are the king of mountains. You are worshipped by all the demigods. You are filled with transcendental medicinal herbs, and thus you always restore the people's lives. I come to you with a request. I am a great sage. I live in Kashi. Please give me your son, Govardhana. I do not wish anything else. The great city named Kashi is the home of Lord Vishveshwara. A sinner who dies there at once attains liberation. The Ganges flows there and Lord Vishwanatha resides there. There where there is no mountain, I will place your son. So you want to place the mountain, Govardhana, son of Drona, on in Vishwanath Kshetra, that is Kashi. I will perform austerities on your son Govardhana, who is filled with trees and vines. That is my desire. Sri Sananda said, hearing Pulastya's word, Drona became filled with love for his son. His eyes filled with tears. He spoke to the sage. Sri Drona said, that's a mountain, personification of mountain speaking. I am filled with love for my son. My son is very dear to me. O great sage, I fear your curse. Let me speak to him. O son, go with this sage to beautify Bharata Varsha, the land of Karma Bhumi, where the people attain the three goals of life and even liberation, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha in single moment. Sri Govardhana said, O sage, how will you take me? I am 8 yojanas long, 5 yojanas wide, and 2 yojanas tall. Sri Pulastya said, O son, please sit in my hand and I will carry you to Kashi. Sri Govardhana said, I will stay where you place me. I will not leave that place. I promise you this. Sri Pulastya said, as I take you from Shalmali Dvipa to the country of Kaushala, I will not put you down along the way. I promise you this. There's the agreement made between Pulastya and Govardhana. Sri Sananda said, his eyes filled with tears, the great mountain Govardhana bowed down before his father, Drona, and then climbed on to the sage's hand. Carrying the mountain in his right hand, he showed his great power to the people moving very slowly. He finally came to Brajamandala. The idea is to go to Kashi. Now they have reached Brajamandala. Remembering his previous life as he traveled, Mount Govardhana said to himself, Sri Krishna, the original personality of Godhead, who is the master of countless universes, will descend to this place, Vraja, and enjoy childhood playing with the cowherd boys, and then the pastimes of youth. Here, Lord Hari will enjoy pastimes of paying a toll and pastimes of jealous anger. For this reason, I should not leave this place where the Yamuna flows. From Goloka, Sri Krishna will come here with Radha. By seeing him, I will make my life perfect. Thinking this in his mind, Govardhana made himself very heavy in sage's hand. Overcome with exhaustion, the sage could not remember what had happened before. Tormented by the mountain's great weight, to lighten his burden, the sage put him down in Vrajamandala. After bathing in the water there and becoming clean, the great sage Pulastya said to Mount Govardhana, stand up. When the very heavy mountain did not stand up, the great sage grasped it with his mystic strength. Although the sage embraced him and spoke sweet words, Mount Govardhana, the son of Drona, did not move even the measurement of a finger. Sri Pulastya said, come, come, O best of mountains, don't make yourself heavy. Don't make yourself heavy. I know you are angry. Tell me why at once. Sri Govardhana said, O sage, There's no fault on my part. You have put me down, and now I will never move from this place. That was the promise I made to you. Sri Sananda said. Then, abandoning his attempt to move the mountain, Pulastya, the tiger of sages, his senses filled with anger and his lips trembling, cursed Govardhana, the son of Drona. Sri Pulastya said, O arrogant mountain, you would not fulfill my desire. Therefore, every day you will become smaller by the size of a sesame seed. Sri Sananda said, O Nanda, when Pulastya Rishi left for Kashi, Mount Govardhana began to shrink by the size of a sesame seed day after day, as long as the Bhagirathi Ganges is present. Yeah, Ganges is present, and as long as Mount Govardhana is present, the power of Kali Yuga will not be present. As long as Bhagirathi, Ganga, Ganges is present, and as long as Mount Govardhana is present, the power of Kali Yuga will not be present. I have spoken to you the story of Mount Govardhana's appearance in this world, a sacred story that removes from human beings the greatest sins. That is very wonderful, and that gives the greatest liberation. It is not surprising that this story is so beautiful and glorious in this world. Giri Govardhana ki jai. Govardhana Puja ki jai. Thank you all very much. Again, wish you all happy Govardhan Puja. Let's continue chanting. Hare Krishna.